I'm told that I'm a very soft speaker, so to me, I'll be yelling at you, okay? So I don't mean to yell, but I'm yelling in my own ears, okay? Might be my hearing aids, I don't know, but I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever done something that you look back on and it kind of makes you cringe? You wish you hadn't done it? Yeah. I think most of us have. I know I have. I can tell you some stories, but I'm not going to. They're too embarrassing. But, well, this is what Peter is experiencing here with the Lord Jesus on the shore. He's around the charcoal fire with Jesus and the other disciples. Where do we also see another fire? A charcoal fire.
When Peter denied him.
Yes, when Peter denied him 3 times. So what we see here is we see Peter denying Jesus. But what does Jesus do? He's not condemning Jesus. He's not saying, you bad boy, you got to go to confession. Instead, he's saying, I love you. He's asking Peter, do you love me, Peter? 3 times. Pretty merciful Lord there to do that. Also notice that they went fishing during the night and they came back. They recognized Jesus. Maybe they hadn't at that time, I can't remember which. But anyway, he said, cast your net over the right side of the boat. And it's daytime. They knew better as fishermen not to do that. The fish were going to see the boat. They were going to see the net being cast in. That's why they fished at night. But they hauled in 153 large fish. Out of obedience, they did what Jesus asked. We are called to do likewise. Did you notice that when they got to the shore, Jesus had bread and fish there? It wasn't from the fish that they caught, out of obedience. Where do we see God providing food throughout salvation history? Well, we see it in the wandering in the desert, where he supplied the manna, the bread, and the fish, the quail at that time, right? So he's providing food. Where else do we see it? The feeding of the 4,000 and the 5,000. Now notice in those feeding that he asked his disciples, how are we going to feed all these people? And the people brought forward, 2 loaves, whatever it was, not very many, not enough to feed 4,000 and 5,000 people. But Jesus provided. Likewise, around the charcoal fire, Jesus provided from himself, as he was doing through salvation history. Well, isn't that what we see here on the altar during the Eucharist? Jesus is providing for us, providing his body and blood, the strength, the nourishment we need to continue as his disciples. So what we see from Jesus is love. Pure love. This is what he asked from all his disciples, what he asked from us as well, to do his will. What we can ask ourselves is, as his disciples, we are given the responsibility. You hear that hymn says, I don't have the book in front of me, but he says, come follow me. That's what we're all asked to do. Come follow me. We can do that in our families, with our children, loving them. We receive love in return. We can do that in this parish community, loving one another as I have loved you. So let's look at what we're doing today, what we do during the week. How are we loving others? How are we applying God's love that he has for us and being so merciful? We got to be right with God. We got to go to confession. We preach that a lot about sin and confession, but what underlies it all is God's love for us. We can't miss that point. There's mercy there, there's forgiveness. But most of all, he's given that love for us, especially his baptized children, to spread his love throughout the world, spread that to our neighbors, spread it to our children, and keep coming back to him. Because like Peter, he denied Jesus 3 times. We keep denying Jesus as well. That's the beauty of it. His love that dwells within us brings us back to him always, time and time again, time and time again. God is wonderful. God is love. So let's express that love to each other and our families in this parish community.